So I'm just tacking this on to the last clip of them playing. They've been here for a couple of minutes. I did have to cue Bailey off of sniffing Dusty twice because this is all new for her. She finally got to play and interact. And then she has to stay calmly in place with the dog she was just playing with and not interact. Place means calm. Dusty actually hates being in place command with other dogs, even though he has to do it all the time. And he's just a grouchy old man when it comes to laying down. He doesn't want to be bothered. But that's actually a good thing because he never interacts with the dog that he's laying with. So he doesn't ever provoke them. So that actually works out well because it makes the other dog more successful. If you know what I mean, like he's practically avoiding the fact that she's there. So this is really important, guys. If you have dogs at home, multiple dogs, and you work on place command or stay downstays in the home, the 2 times that you really want to reinforce those is after walks. Instead of coming in, a lot of times dogs get overexcited, mine included, when you come in from a walk, which seems like it doesn't make sense because they just went for a walk, right? But they're actually just happy to be home and off leash, and a lot of times you can get a real boisterous, moment. And you do want to nip that in the bud because that can cause a lot of issues down the road. I won't go into all the things that kind of leads into, but after walks and then after play is a really good time to have your dogs do their downstays or their place commands and not interact with each other. If your dogs can't lay on the same mat or you don't have a bed big enough for 2 big dogs, because these were specially made back when we had a German Shepherd. But that's fine. You can use 2 beds if they need to be separated in the beginning because they can't stop making googly eyes at each other. That's perfectly fine. Or you can put them right next to each other and practice that way. But this is really important. It really solidifies the on-off switch, and Bailey's family will have to continue this type of practice. Look, she's sleeping now. We'll have to practice this type of training when she goes home with her other doggy mates. But it's such an important reinforcement of play. Calm, on, off, go for a walk, and then lay down and don't move. Again, an on and an off switch. It's so important, and it's all of these little things in the house that will affect her walking better and being less reactive and less stimulated outside. So just wanted to add this on to their little play session because it's the play session is fun, but this is actually the important part. Get him. Get him, Bailey. I just want to point something out. I totally trust Bailey around Dusty. Even though they haven't played before. However, I do want her to drag around a long line. I don't know about her play style or anything like that. Or Dusty likes to jump on other dogs, and I don't know how she'll tolerate that, which I'm sure she'll tolerate it fine. But I'm having her drag around a long line, just in case I do need to diffuse a situation. Since this is the first time they've played together. And it's not just for Bailey. I mean, Dusty sometimes gets overwhelmed. He could snap at her. He doesn't usually, but he could. Guys, come in here. And then that could cause her to get nervous, and I can diffuse a situation really smoothly by just picking up a leash and guiding her to place, and him as well. But I just want to point out, you never, ever, ever have dogs play on a prong collar. Ever. They can get hooked together. Even if one dog has a prong collar on, I've seen it get hooked onto another dog's flat collar. So really important. So it's hooked onto her martingale. Get him! Get him! Let's give them some space, let them go outside, see how they do. Because clearly they're buddies. And this is what happens when you introduce dogs slowly and... Bailey, come here, babe. Oh my goodness, she's so much pity play. Woo, a little bit of roughhousing. Guys, come on. Dusty, outside. Go. There they go. Now they got some space. Now they got some room. Get him, Bailey. If you guys hear whining, it's the puppies, the little puppies. They're in a crate behind me, and they can hear the play. So see how rough Dusty is? He's a bit of a rough guy, especially with pitties or dogs that are rough with him. And even though she's not biting, she's body slamming. But notice how they're switching back and forth. She chases him, he chases her. It's just really important to notice that. If I have two dogs that are not, like one gets really intense for a moment, I intervene. Whether it's my dogs or, you know, new dogs like this. It's really important not to let one dog dominate play for a long period of time. There needs to be a give and a take relationship. This is pretty mild, actually. I've seen Dusty play much rougher. I think they got their jitters out. Look at her. She's such a puppy. She's about, just so you guys know, I think she's about 10, 11 months old. As long as she doesn't pee on her leash. Well, looks like that's out. Just so you guys know, we did this after doing... pooping. We did the... Let's not show pooping. We did this after doing an exercise inside, where I could see that all of Bailey's drive, even though she was corrected for getting up a couple times, all of Bailey's drive was completely play-based, not an incent to go after the dogs. And I know that caused, she did a good job. She did a really good job. But I know that caused, you know, even some more like pent-up energy. And she hasn't been allowed to play because we're working on arousal. So this was a good time. She stayed in place. She had to stay for about 15 minutes till, and all the dogs were nice and settled and calm. And then this was kind of her reward. All right, guys, I'll let you go.